Hi, I'm Crazy, and you're watching PowetToys Look Back at 2010.
Action figures.
The year has come to an end, and I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to take a look back over the past year at some of the highs and the lows. It was a year highlighted by a mad dash for licenses of classic properties. Jazzwares managed to do pretty well, snagging the A-Team, the Street Fighter, and the Mega Man licenses, while continuing to roll out product for Sonic the Hedgehog. Mattel came through with some other big names in the form of Voltron and Back to the Future. This will help supplement their DC, Disney, and Ghostbuster licenses very well. The Four Horsemen not only dropped a toy history lesson on us by acquiring the license for the Outer Spacemen, but they also brought Onell Designs' Glio's system of interchangeable joints to a whole new audience. One of the big licenses that was up in the air this year was the Thundercats. Icon Heroes announced that they had acquired the license for the Thundercats for mini statues only. We'd learn later that they had actually applied for the action figure license, but were denied. Many felt that this was a sign that there was actually more activity going on with the franchise than anyone first expected. This would turn out to be true later on, with a joint announcement about a new cartoon television show for the Thundercats, in addition to the awarding the surprising award of the global toy license for the Thundercats to Bandai. Having just grabbed the rights to Gem and the Holograms and the Micronauts at the end of 2009, Hasbro continued its evolution from toy company to an intellectual property entertainment giant. This was evidenced most significantly by the launch of their own cable television channel, called The Hub, on October 10th. The end of November brought the world premiere of the two most heavily anticipated shows of the channel, Transformers Prime and G.I. Joe Renegades. Meanwhile, the My Little Pony show was winning hearts over far and wide. Mattel seemed focused on growing their MattyCollector.com website by experimenting with new offerings to help supplement the wildly popular Masters of the Universe Classics. DC Universe 2-packs weren't drawing enough interest, so they were replaced with entire waves of retail available figures. This was kicked off with the re-release of the very hard to find Walmart exclusive wave with the Collect and Connect figure Metallo. This is actually one case where Mattel's distribution problems to retail worked in its favor because the Metallo wave sold very well on the site. The Masters of the Universe Classics line was not without its own issues this year. From Mossman's flocking to Roboto's swapped shoulders, the lack of tiered options in the subscription, the continued site traffic issues of Matty Collector, and upper management's continued denial of influence for the 2002 era of He-Man. While the big two American toy companies continued to grow in their separate directions, there was an explosion this year of third-party accessories and add-ons. Fans Project rocked the Transformers fandom with their Explorer and Munitioner upgrade kits for the Energon Combaticon Combiner set. They also pushed out their protective armor upgrade for Classics Rodimus, and a standalone figure called Warbot, loosely based on the Transformers character Springer. iGear also made some impact with their low-quality but visually stunning computer control center based on the Autobot HQ from G1, the Ark. Spy Monkey Creations has made some waves, creating various accessories compatible with 6-inch action figures, including DC Universe and Motu Classics. We here at Powet had a number of features on toys, including looks at characters like Otifice or Stinkor, and flip sides. I also took a look at some old toy lines, such as Pocket Power and Kinnikuman or Muscle. and the toy line that was never fully realized in the Powers of Grayskull. We also had fun doing video reviews, some of which even included stop-motion animation and fake commercials. Now we're going to take a quick look at some product highlights from the past year with a quick segment I'm calling High Point, Low Point. High Point, the A-Team van from Jazzwares. Low Point, the rest of the A-Team line from Jazzwares. High Point, the Star Wars AT-AT from Hasbro. Low Point, the entire Avatar line from Mattel. High Point, Hasbro's Marvel Universe Galactus. Low Point, Hasbro only releasing 6 new Marvel Legends this year. High Point, the entire TF Generations line. Low Point, Tuner Mudflap. High Point, the last of the Transformers animated figures being released. Low Point, no more Transformers animated figures being released. High Point, Masters of the Universe Classics figures available at Toys R Us. Low Point, the readily available DC Universe figures that they came with. High Point, Onel Designs Glios Rig. Low Point, the absence of any Minimate Battle Beasts from retail. High Point, Masters of the Universe Battle Cat. Low Point, trying to get him on release day. The highest point of the year for me was creating the spin-off to our toy series PowetToys called PowetToys Collector's Edition, where we covered the toy industry itself and collecting in general. We took an in-depth look at tampography and flocking, and we have a lot more planned for 2011. That's it for this quick look back at 2010. If you have any comments, questions, or criticisms, please feel free to email me at crazy@powet.tv or post in the comments of this video thread. And you can always check out the forums on the site. Remember to follow me on Twitter at PowetToys and the main site at PowetTV. And as always, remember to open your toys, kids.